besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Today I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me, which is kind of crazy. I've done this before where I just like do my makeup with you guys as I prepare for a YouTube video that I'm about to film. And today I'm actually gonna be talking about some writing advice and just like giving you guys some tips, some thoughts, because I just want to chat with you guys and catch up. So if you like these sorts of videos, definitely keep watching. There's something that I really want to tell you guys, but I kind of want to keep it a little bit of a secret just because like I haven't had this sort of, it's a book idea. Okay, I have a new book idea. Oh my gosh, like it's not even funny. Like this, I'm obsessed with this book now. I don't want to say anything about it because like I've never had like a book idea for such a long time. I really want to share it with you, but I just don't think I should yet. I don't know why. I feel like it's just nice to have a book that you haven't shared to anyone, you know what I mean? And since I literally tell you guys like everything on this channel, I want to keep this a secret. Plus it's like still in the planning stage and everything, but it's a huge book and I feel like it's gonna be like, it feels like the book, you know what I mean? So like it's even more special in that way. But one thing that I've really been thinking about a lot as a writer is the fact that your books are your books, and although people might have advice or might have, you know, critique on your work, which I really do recommend having critique. Please don't mind the way I look right now. But at the end of the day, it's your work and you get to decide how you tell it and also what you leave and leave out. A big writing advice I've heard over the years is kill your darlings, but like I don't agree with that whatsoever. I hate that idea. And although like yes, there's merit to that in ensuring the sort of story and, you know, making it better structurally, soundly, and like scientifically almost, like if you leave this out then you can further progress this in the story, like that sort of logical story perspective. But then again, I'm like, no, if you like something in your book, keep it in your book. Like there's merit to it, even if it is bloating up the book or if it's unnecessary. I hate that advice. Kill your darlings, like no, keep your darlings. And I feel like this is much more so for like for traditional published authors where they have to literally kill their darling to like further a trope or do something like that. But like I just think it's really silly. I firmly believe that even if that darling or that scene doesn't further your character or even your plot, I say keep it in if you love it. If it's a cute interaction with your characters, keep it. If it's like a random detail about the world, keep it. If it's a memory from your character that isn't brought up again, keep it. I think it's just like, why like put so much pressure on yourself? Like this isn't an essay, it's a story. And when I do like actually you know, read books that have those weird details and I'm kind of like, oh, that's really interesting, or like that's kind of cute, like that's what makes it a real story. Another piece of writing advice was getting someone to edit your work and actually read it. It is so scary having someone read your work and being so vulnerable with that, but I think there's so much potential in improving your own work. Self-editing is really good, but when someone challenges you to edit it in a particular way or kind of like ask you a question and you have like direction, it's kind of like a challenge and you get to kind of tweak your writing and really dive deep into making your writing better, because it's literally like little writing exercises. Like if you got an exercise in a writing class saying restructure the sentence so that the character's, I don't know, sort of anger is shown better, you can do that, and that's literally what editing is. So although editing to me has been it's been a wild ride. Like I don't know how I've gotten to this place, but I have fully been like, wow, like my writing has gotten so much better and my book Ghost is getting so much better. So I really do think there is such great potential in someone proofreading your work and commenting on it like that. Like eyebrows. If you guys don't know, I love highlights so much. I love highlights. I literally just take this palette and just pop it on my nose. Like I literally like it to be bright as snow. I also put it right here because I see people do that, so I look so shiny. Another piece of writing advice I have is to literally write whatever you want to write in the moment. Like even though you're kind of working on a project and you have this idea, pursue that idea. I think there's so much, like writing is so chill, especially if you're a young writer or don't have like any obligations, or you're just kind of really stressed and just want to write something that you want to write. Go for it. And literally that's been like me. I've been kind of like a bit better by being more self-regulated and having more self-control and focusing on Go Side and editing that book, but there's been like other sorts of things that have caught my attention. I've just like had so much fun really just going into it and pursuing different things, just kind of like when I feel like it. I am a mood person, so whenever I like want to read something, watch something, I do it. There's been times where I like watch movies and in the first 5 seconds, if I'm not captured, I will click out. My mood changes so much and it's probably not good. So I say literally write what you want to write in the moment. And you'll always have that project to come back to, you know what I mean? Even if you do get sidetracked, as I did with Project Orchestra this year, where I literally wrote that for like half the year instead of focusing on any other project, which I was supposed to be focusing on. I think it's like the inherent excitement of a writer and the idea of finding a new project and a project that you really love in the moment doesn't mean you don't care about your current projects. It just means that you're just in a different era, okay? I don't have a mirror, so I'm going to use the camera to curl my lashes. Pray I don't pull them all out. Another piece of writing advice I have is to trust in writing. Like, I know people say you gotta plot your book and you gotta ensure you know all your characters and everything like that. I think that's a bunch of baloney. The art of writing is knowing your story and your characters. That's why I love pantsering, or at least kind of pantsering my first story. My first zero draft, really fun. That's literally how I get my ideas. I simply just start writing them. I honestly think there's a lot of merit to just starting a book. It's fun and exciting and probably not a good idea. And honestly, it trains your brain. Because as I said in a couple of my videos, new ideas will become better. Like your actual book idea you have now might not be the best idea that you've had. So just keep finishing books. And I find that my different projects kind of feed into each other and I kind of bounce ideas from each other. So writing different books simultaneously is actually really fun. It's come a time where I have to do my eyeliner. I'm kind of scared. This is not going to be good. Again, you guys are my camera, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. Okay, I gotta go to an actual mirror. Okay, I've done them. They look a little bit crooked. Usually when I do it a bit crooked, I find this and this brush that I stole from my mum. Basically, you kind of like make it more of a smoky eye. I think that kind of worked. Don't ask me. Another piece of writing advice that I have for you guys is to make sure that you switch it up. Environment is so important when you are writing. Don't be stuck in your desk. Like, although you love your desk and you're probably there 24/7, find a cafe, go outside. Outside really helps me, like especially if you're like on the beach or in a park instead of like in a library. I think that really helps me personally. Or just looking at the sky, like as long as I can see a tree in the sky, I'll be fine. And I think that just really inspires you. I think it's just an innate thing that you can't really help but know. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like that's what writers need. Writers need air. I've always wanted to go on a little writing retreat, but I don't have money, so I can't do that. And I don't have time. I mean, maybe I do have time, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna put some freckles on because I want to. This is a little freckle pen I got online. It's like super noticeable and I try to make them as light as possible, but it's such a thick like pen. But they turn out fine in like on the camera. There we go. I try to like tap it in, but I know that won't do much. This is a white pen that I sometimes like to do little white freckles. I don't know why, it just looks cool. I hope you're not here for like a tutorial since I don't know what I'm doing half the time. What's another piece of writing advice I have? I saw online actually that a writing advice is to write what you want to read. And I saw this person kind of make a blog post about it, about how it's not good advice because you don't need to write what you want to read. Like, you can just write what you want to write. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if that applies to me since I like to read what I write, but also there's stuff that I just write because I want to write it. Like, they're just crazy stuff. But I guess, like, for example, if you love writing like something cool, like a thriller or like a literary fiction novel, but you just love to like chill out and read awesome romance books, like that sort of example, really, like, I understand that. So that was something interesting that I kind of learnt today, that you don't need to write what you want to read. You can just write what you want to write. I'm missing something, I think. Maybe some lipstick. I don't usually put on lipstick, but can do some red. Anyways, I think that's about done my makeup. This is what I look like. I look like a normal person. My lips are so pink, and look, my nose is so shiny. Actually, there's something that I have learned. I should probably try to do it, where basically you make your nose look smaller. I've always been insecure about my nose. as like every girl is. But my nose actually isn't my biggest insecurity. Let's talk about insecurities for a second. Like, I know you're here for writing content, but let's talk about it. My biggest insecurity when I was a kid was my forehead. My brother used to always make fun of me, he still does, about my big ass forehead. But as I got older, my little line eyes started to be such a huge insecurity. I mean, apart from acne and everything like that, my ears actually yeah, my ears. From a little girl, I have really big ears, and I don't like doing this since my ears are so huge and I feel like Dumbo all the time. Like, if I do them both, I look like a silly little, I look so silly. I wish I had tiny cute little ears. And then actually my whole face. Look, I'm okay. Like, if I have makeup on, I look like, okay, I look fine. But if I go side, yeah. Anyways, the tip I was talking about was where you put like a little bit of like brown and you kind of like do it on the top of your nose, so it looks like you got a button nose, and you do it on the top. I think I messed up. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think I've just messed up my nose. Makeup is crazy and I'm not good at it, so anyway, this is the final look. I still don't like my nose, but I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe know a little bit more about my makeup routine. It's always so messy. I'm going to clean up right now as I do the outro. But if you enjoyed the video and sort of the advice I gave, definitely subscribe. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I guess I'll catch you in all my other videos. And thank you so much for watching this video and staying till the end. I really appreciate you guys. If you want to support me more, definitely check out my Instagram _AnnaNew, and also I have a Discord for you guys, a podcast as well. I'm doing a lot of crazy stuff, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, I love you guys, and I hope to see you in my next writing video. Bye everyone.